Project management is a very important skill to have as a virtual assistant. You can offer the skill to client as a service, or you can even use the skill to make yourself and your virtual assistant work more efficient and productive. In this video, I'm going to share my screen and show you how to use Trello for project management. I'm going to teach you all the basics of Trello so that by the end of this video, you will be able to start using Trello for project management. You can start offering it to client as a service, or you can start using it for yourself to improve yourself and your virtual assistant work. And without any delay, I'm going to share my screen so we can get started. Okay, we are going to start by signing up or creating an account in Trello. And in order to access Trello, all you need to do is just go to Trello.com. And when you go to Trello.com, you are going to land on this page. And you are going to get started by clicking Get Trello for free. So there are different ways to sign up. You can sign up with your email account. When you add your email, you click sign up, you can set a password, or you can sign in, you can sign up with a Google account, meaning Gmail account, Microsoft, Apple, and other alternatives. But personally, I like signing up for things with Gmail so that I won't have to keep remembering password. And if you want to sign up with your Gmail account, you can simply click on Google. And from here, you can choose the Gmail account that you want to sign up with. I'm going to choose this one and click continue. Right here, I can just confirm here, this is the email I want to use and this is my name. And you just use the name that is associated with the Gmail account. I will click create account. Okay, this is just a quick questionnaire to help them set up your account. And to just make things simple, I'm going to skip everything. And I'm going to skip the introduction. You can go through the introduction if you like, so that maybe you will have a better understanding of everything. But I'm just going to skip it so that I can show you everything. So they are just giving you, when you create your new account, they are going to add you to free trial, 14 days free trial. And since you didn't add any payment method, you don't have an issue of them maybe charging you at the end of the 14-day trial. And we can just go to your first board. So this is a test board that is a setup. We can just go through this to just see their introduction and everything. This is a first board that is set up with the 14-day free trial. But I'm just going to come back to the main homepage so that you can see everything from scratch. And we can come back by clicking the Trello logo. And this is in a board view. In order for you to understand boards and Workspace, I'm going to come back to homepage right here. So this is your Trello home. And we have Workspace in Trello and we have boards. In order to understand Workspace, think of Workspace as a house. If you have a house, the house have rooms, different rooms inside the house. So the main house is the Workspace and boards are going to be the rooms that are inside the house. So by default, we have one Trello Workspace right here. We can rename it to something else by clicking on it, and we can come to settings and we can click this pencil icon to change the name. And I can just write this. And this is a short name for the Workspace. We can change it if we like, but I'm not going to. And we can just click save. So now we have customized. We made a change to the name of our Workspace. We can come back. It's important to do this because if you are working for clients, they are going to add you to their Workspace. So it's better if you name your workspaces in a way that you understand each workspace. By one look, we know this workspace is my own workspace. If a client add me to their own workspace, I'm going to see it below my own workspace. The next thing is boards. If we click on boards, we are going to see all the boards that we have inside this workspace. So by default, these are some templates that we can choose and start working with. And under the template, you see your boards. These are the board that we already have. This is the board that Trello created for us as a sample. You can open it and see how it works. But instead, I'm going to create a new board so that you see everything. When you click on create new board, we can name it. We can choose a name for the board. I'm just going to say, you can name it however you like, just in a way that you understand what the board is. And you can change the visibility. If we leave it in as workspace, it means anyone who have access to this workspace is going to be able to see this board. If we change it to private, then only members of this only members of the board that we added are going to be able to see the board. If we make it public, then anyone on the internet, if they have the link, they are going to be able to see it. So by default, I'm going to leave the visibility as workspace, and we can change the color of the board. We can choose a color, things like this, or we can open here to see more. We can even choose photos. If I click see more, I can see photos. But to make things easier, I'm just going to choose a color. So maybe I'm going to choose this one. And I can just click on create. So this is our empty board. You see the board has nothing in it. This is an inbox part, and this is something that they recently added. So you don't need to worry about this side. It has nothing to do with your work, at least for now. It's a new addition to Trello. The next thing you want to understand is list. List a project inside a board. And right now we have nothing in here. So the first thing I will do is I'm going to start by adding some list. And I can start by adding a list of maybe something like to do. And I will add another list for doing. And another list for awaiting review. And another list for completed. And I'm going to remove this inbox section so that we'll be able to see everything. I can just unselect it from here so that we have our full board view. And to do, I'm just setting this up for you in a most basic way. This is how I started working with Trello really. And under to do, we can add all the projects that are ready to start working on. Maybe if I am creating a new video, and let's take an example of this video, this exact video, and I need a thumbnail for it. So a thumbnail designer is going to create the thumbnails for it. A video editor is going to edit the video as soon as I finish. So I'm going to start by adding, maybe create thumbnail for YouTube, and another project for edit a new video. Maybe we are going to, a social media manager is going to create short clips from the long form video. So I'm going to say create shorts from long video. And maybe we can add another thing like write titles and description for video. So these are some sample projects that they are ready. Maybe as soon as I finish with this video, they are ready to be done. So we can click and open the first one. Okay, this is where we can add a description for the product, for the project. I mean, I can just add a sample description. Okay, you see we added some sample description. I'm just going to fix this. Okay, we can make some styling by using this bar so that it is easier for anyone to understand what is going on. Okay, we can click save to save the description of this project. And we can even add a checklist. Right here, we can add a checklist. And we can say, or we can maybe leave it as checklist, or we can rename it. When I click add, you see we have the checklist down here. And the first item in the checklist is get the videos info. And we click enter to add another checklist. Create the first draft. Send the first draft for revision. Okay, maybe this is the exact project. When the thumbnail designer look at it, they will see the title of the video, the publishing date that we want the video to be published, and the items that the person needs to do in order for the project to be completed. The next thing I'm going to do is I can assign the designer to this project, and we can do that by coming to members and we will be able to add the person if we already added them to this board. Right now we haven't added anyone, so there is only me. So I will assume I am the graphic designer, so I am going to click to add me to the project. You see, I am added right here to the project. It means I am the one who is going to take care of the project. And the next thing we can do is we can add a label to mark the importance of the project and maybe the urgency of it. And we can choose label here. And maybe I will choose this one, this red one, and I'm going to click the pencil icon to add a title. Maybe I will say urgent or priority 1, or urgent will do, and I will just click on save. So when I do this, I select it. When the person look at it, they see this is a person who is supposed to do this project, and the project is urgent. We can even add a due date, the time that we wanted this project to be completed, and we can choose this date right here. And maybe we choose Friday, and maybe we want the project to be completed by maybe 11 a.m. Okay. And we can set a reminder that the person is going to get a reminder. The person who is supposed to complete this project is going to get a reminder via email, and we can choose for them to get a reminder 2 days before, 2 hours before, or 1 hour, any way you like. I'm going to choose 1 hour before and click on save. So this card right now is completed. When we go out of it, you see this task is set up completed. Everything that you need is right here. And when the person is ready to start working on it, all they need to do is, or maybe before I do that, I have to record the video in order for this person to do all this. So I'm going to add another card. Record a new video. And because I have to do this before anyone is able to do anything, I'm going to click drag and put it at the top. So this is the first thing that anyone needs to need, right? And since I am recording the video, I can click and drag and drop it in doing, right? So, and the thumbnail designer, when he is ready, or when I complete this project, I can move it to completed. And when the thumbnail designer is ready to start working on his own, he can just drag it and put it right here. And when he finish, the first draft is ready, he can check things off. Maybe he gets the video information, so he check this off the list. He created the first draft, so he check it off. Send the first draft for revision, he check it up, and then he is going to move this card to awaiting review. And when he move it to awaiting review, he is going to assign it to me. He click this icon and he select me and add me as, or anyone who is going to review the project. And when the project is reviewed, if it is completed, all we need to do is, if it is completed, we drag and move it to completed, and the project is also completed. So this is how you set up basic board, how you set up tasks, and you assign tasks, and you basically work with Trello for project management. Now let me show you how you can add members to the board. If you want people, if I want all the people I work with to be able to use this board, I just need to come to share, and I will type their email address. Whether they have Trello account or not, if I add their email address, I click share, they are going to receive an invitation via email. If they already have a Trello account, they can simply add this new Trello board into their workspace. If they don't have an account, they will be able to create an account, and then they will be able to join this board. So this is how you can add members to your board. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to set up a recording task in Trello. This is something that I did when I also started working with Trello. And in order to set up a recording task, maybe you are doing something, maybe you are a virtual assistant, you are working for someone and you are doing something for them every Monday and every Wednesday and every maybe Friday, right? So in order to set this up, we are going to create another list. We can create another list and we can maybe say this one is Monday, and we can create another list for maybe Wednesday, And we can add another list for Friday. So these are recurring tasks. Maybe every Monday we are processing member request, Facebook group member request. And every Wednesday maybe we are publishing new social post. And maybe every Friday we are having maybe a team meeting or team review meeting. And so if you have things that happen on a specific day every single week, you can set it up this way, right? And you can go in, add description, assign members, assign date, assign everything, assign the urgency, and use labels to make it easy to get started working with. So these are just some basics that you can start working with Trello. The thing is, if you follow this tutorial and you set up a board and you practice this, you are going to be ready to start working with Trello. Many people use Trello in different ways. So if you get added to a board maybe by your client, you are most likely going to see the way they set up their board is quite different from the way we set this board up. And that is because everyone uses their creativity to set up a board to track their project the way they want to track their project. But if you learn how to navigate Trello, how to use all these features, then it is not going to be an issue for you really to learn how to use any setup that your client are going to be using. And the next thing you need to do is just spend some time into practicing, create some sample tasks, create everything, and just try moving things around and get familiar with working with Trello. And maybe you can start working with it on your own personal activities and maybe tracking your own personal project and the things you do in your day-to-day activity so that you get better and you get good at using Trello to manage project. And if you want to learn more about project management, you can watch this next video. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next one.